Welcome to another episode of
Nerd Out.
I'm Randy. This is Brian, and we did see Avengers, and we are going to have a spoiler-filled review.
Oh God, yeah.
But we're gonna save it for the end because I know that some people haven't seen it, and I think it'd probably be the right thing to do to for those who want to turn us off, at least can turn us off at the end.
Who the hell hasn't seen it? Go see it, though.
Well, I mean, it's only been open for 2 days, so it's pretty reasonable. My wife hasn't had a chance to see it yet. I'd like to see it again, but we'll get there.
Let's go. Come on.
I need to start with Luke Jedi Knight. Okay,
all right.
I got it. Okay, so I walked into a Walmart and I found the new Last Duel Luke Jedi Knight, which is essentially the other one, but with the face scan. I think I'm sick, dude. I love it.
Show me. This is the one with the face scan?
I love it. I think these face scans have. I'm sick with vintage collection.
Okay, but this is the face scan?
No. Look at the one with the detail. The eyes. Look at the eyes.
I mean, they're more detailed. But okay.
I love it. I got to be honest with you. That's vying for Toy of the Year. I'm sick. I'm admitting. You don't think that face scan? It's tough. Okay, so the vintage collection figures have been pretty solid, and I've been out of Star Wars. I've been in and out of Star Wars, but I started getting into it again, and I'm sick, and I've been going back, and I want all these face scan figures. Do you think they're gonna go back and repop all these characters with face scans?
Yes,
I
probably.
So,
I mean, I'm taking it in. I don't know which one I like more.
Take it in. I know. I'll be honest with you. It takes a minute. It does take a minute because it is so. It doesn't photograph well, but I sat on the couch with it, and again, I'm a little obsessive with Luke Jedi Knight, but I was like, I gotta have 6 of these. I'm sick. I still prefer. I mean, you don't think that it really brings out the face, brings out the detail? It makes it look alive. It gives it a whole new level. It's the eyes.
I'm trying to figure. Yeah, the eyes are more detailed.
Yeah, you gotta take it in. At first glance, the lips look a little bit too
they're pink.
Too pink. But it's amazing. I gotta be honest with you, Hasbro is knocking it out of the park. I saw those new Power Rangers on the shelf, the 6-inch collector editions.
Yeah.
I gotta be honest with you, I've been short of cash, so I didn't buy them, but at any other circumstance I would have bought them because they look great. They look truly I wouldn't say they're Japanese import level, but they are a step above.
I hate to say it. I mean, I know they're different. I have no preference.
No preference.
I have no preference.
That's fair
I think they're both good. I mean, I can tell they're different.
I think that's a good figure. Right.
Yeah, but I have no preference. I wouldn't give a shit which one I had. If you said you have to pick one, I wouldn't care.
Okay. I've seen some of the other characters like Leia.
He's a little.
Look. I've been kind of Star Wars sick since I got the skiff, and it's weird because it doesn't make sense. It's I think things come and go in collecting,
you mean
right?
The sail barge?
The sail barge, yeah. I things come and go. I joined Hasbro Pulse.
So what does that get you?
This is the thing. So Hasbro Pulse is their new subscription service, and it's $50 for, I don't even know if it's a full year. It's till the end of the year.
All right.
And it gives you free shipping on their products.
Okay.
From what I understand, it's first access to them. I think they ship them before the stores, but I'm not sure about that. The thing is it's a new service. But if they can, again, as I said, I think Hasbro's on top of the game. I think with Marvel Legends, Star Wars, Transformers, Power Rangers, I think that they sort of own the mainstream action figure market. So if they can deliver and get these to the collectors instead of me having to drive from Target to Walmart to Target, it's a good deal.
Well, that's the trend. I mean, there's no more Toys R Us.
No.
You know, and I mean, GameStop can only do so much. Target, Walmart, I mean, not a lot of people want to deal with that to go get a toy.
No, it's not fun anymore. I went to 3 Walmarts to try to find the Lando skiff, and not a score, and it just felt like a failure of time and time management.
Which is most toy hunting.
Right.
At least half of it ends up failing, you know.
But do you remember back in the day, and again, it's always back in the day, but do you remember you'd had KB, Toys R Us, Target, Kmart even, and we would go out I'm gonna put it in a
spend
time
an
capsule.
afternoon doing it though, and hit different places, and you didn't have to drive that far. You could be in a 20-mile square.
That's right.
Whatever. 5 minute. Now it's like you're 20 minutes, 20 minutes, 20 minutes, packed with like people you just don't want to deal with.
Yeah, I totally don't want to deal, especially with Walmart. And I'm constantly shitting on Walmart, but every time I walk into that place,
And how many times? What percent do you think you actually walked into the store and it's just not out? Like, it's probably in the store what you're looking for and back.
Yes.
Probably at least half the time you don't find what you're looking for, that's why.
I agree.
And it's like...
And with that, we can transition to this. I went to a Target. I had the DPCI codes for the Grand Moff Tarkin with the Escape from Death Star. And the guy actually went in the back and said, hey, people have been calling all day about these. And I said, he's like, I have one left. And I freaked out. He went in the back. He was pretty nice. He was sort of like... He was nice, but he was like, I don't know. There was like sort of a like, you want action figures, but I'm gonna do it. Like, does that make sense? Like, you know, where I'm not embarrassed about asking for action figures, but the guy's response was like, it was sort of like all these stupid collectors. You know what I mean? But I got it, and I was so excited that I got it. This is the Grand Moff Tarkin in the new vintage reissue line, which I think is sort of controversial. Controversial for me.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about it, but they're also doing, with Tarkin, they're doing new characters, and I love that idea.
Which other new characters are they doing?
They have not announced any, but...
As long as they keep doing new characters, and I'm fine
I'm with you. If they mix them
know?
in, we need a Han Solo Stormtrooper,
Yeah, of course.
Luke ceremonial garb.
Yes, of course.
I honestly wouldn't mind a couple new Ewoks.
Rebel Fleet Trooper.
Rebel Fleet Trooper. Wedge Antilles.
Wedge Antilles.
Ula.
Porkins. Biggs.
Oh,
Nina
Ula.
Biggs and Ula.
The other, the big dancer.
Yeah. I want Biggs in his, like, civilian garb.
Yes,
With the cape and
cutout
everything.
scene, definitely. I would like, this is getting really, let's think, what else is there? I really want a Luke battle poncho with removable helmet, but that's like third tier stuff. Like, that's like,
What's the old man? What's his name?
Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru.
No, we'll find that too, but, General Jajera, I think. What's his name?
General Jajera.
I
And Hoth?
No.
General Riken.
Well, him too.
Yeah.
But no, the guy, the old man with the beard in A New Hope.
The ceremonial scene. Yeah.
He's in that, but he's also in
he's
the
huge.
When the trench run, he's like,
Yes.
what's his name? Is it Jajera?
I can't think of his name right now, but
I knew his name, and like I forgot. But
there's a couple like.
Mon Mothma.
Yes.
That'd be sweet.
Mon Mothma. I wouldn't mind a couple new Ewoks. I gotta be honest.
Hey,
I
man.
kind of like them. I think Grand Moff Tarkin was the first one that needed to be done, though.
Yeah.
I mean, because essentially, if you watch,
The main villain of the first movie.
he's the main
sort of
villain.
important.
Yeah. How did they skip him? Obviously, if you were a kid, like he wouldn't be the one that you'd be like, hey, we gotta make a Grand Moff Tarkin. He's so appealing to children. He's just an old man in gray.
My brother would have wanted it.
I would have too.
Yeah.
I had the Imperial soldier that wore all black as a kid, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. That's something that.
What was that? Just Imperial Officer?
I think
was that the name of it?
I think so.
Yeah.
That's what action figure toy lines are missing today is larger assortments. Like
They should have called the AT-AT driver General Veers.
you do think so?
I think it would have made it like more like just not a generic character. It would have been sweet. I think.
I agree with you, but do you think that they could? Do you think that people owned several AT-AT drivers? Like, you know, there's certain characters that people
Yes
bought
and
multiple.
no. I mean, I think they got stuck with several AT-AT drivers for like birthdays and stuff. But I don't think anybody like.
What doubles did you have? I had. Let me go. I had 2 Lando Bespins.
Okay.
For no reason, you know. I had a couple C-3POs I remember, and I remember having. I think I had a bunch of Han Hoths. Do you remember having like doubles? But
I had a couple Rebel officers.
Okay.
Like just a generic Hoth guy. A couple Boba Fett's.
Did you really?
Yeah.
I remember as a kid having G.I. Joe Shipwreck.
Yeah.
And then getting one for my birthday, and instead of like returning it, I was just like, screw it, I'm opening up this second Shipwreck.
Well, if I ever had the aircraft carrier, I'd get like 100 shipwrecks.
That would be the most amazing scene
It'd
ever.
be sweet because that's what they should look like on an aircraft carrier. A bunch of
sailors with beards.
Yeah, it'd be
I
awesome.
like Shipwreck. I think Shipwreck was one of the coolest
He
jokes.
was
Really?
awesome. He was
I
so
loved him.
hardcore.
He was.
He was awesome. I loved the voice actor.
It was Jack Nicholson. I mean, he
exactly,
wasn't Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly.
Oh, I loved him. Hey guys, this Grand Moff Tarkin is a big deal. And
do his legs look a bit more splayed than the original figures? To me, they seemed a little bit like the older the originals were like more like just.
Let me get some, okay?
Yeah, I want to see because I don't know if I noticed it, but I didn't want to like sound dumb. All right.
Check it out. I think I actually think the Tarkin fits in really well.
He does.
You know what my problem is? Here's my
Tiny
issues.
bit.
I think his eyes look too dark, maybe a little bit. Like maybe they should be brownish.
Yeah.
And then I think his face has too much character in it.
Like yeah, I mean it looks a little too
bit?
good. It looks a little bit
just
too
a
good.
little bit. I'm talking nitpick. I actually back in the '90s, I did my own custom Tarkin, which I actually rather like. But I guess can you guess what I used for the head?
Let me see.
If you can guess that, man, you're the man. I'll give you.
Oh my God! Yeah, I know what that is.
What is it?
Is it Jean-Luc?
It is.
Yeah, Jean-Luc Picard.
Good,
yeah,
good
that's
job.
yeah, dude. You can tell it from here.
Yeah.
You can see if you look at it because the nose.
Yeah, I
You
should
got
have.
that Picard nose.
I mean, I was a teenager, but like,
Sweet, man.
had I done this now, I would have thinned out the face, like use like a scalpel. But like, this was like pre-internet, so I
Yeah.
had to like cut out a backboard, find a picture,
Ditto
blow it
machine,
up. Oh,
yeah.
it was crazy. I went to my high school, and I like.
They
spent,
sort of
like,
used
20
your same card
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
Look at that.
It's
that's
not
pretty,
bad, right?
Yeah,
I mean, theirs is more vibrant. Mine's more
Yeah.
yellowy, but like mine's also from 1993 or
Well,
94.
yours is a color copy from '93.
Right.
I mean, that's sort of
That's
nuts.
pretty
if you
good
think about
stuff.
it. Yeah, that's yeah.
One of the big questions is what about the weapons? So the gun is.
It's different enough that if you can't get screwed. If you get screwed and buy the wrong one, then you're dumb. You don't know your stuff. If someone tries to sell that as legit, because the new one's black, right? And the old one's blue.
Yes, but with that said, in The Power of the Force and some of
They
the
were
later stuff,
black?
they did black ones.
But you can tell the mold's different. I'm not educated enough to. I couldn't tell which one was which, but I could see a huge difference.
For an educated Star Wars
They would
fan,
know that in a second.
I would agree. It's
Yeah.
glossier.
Yeah.
The handle's thinner, which is really strange that maybe not, but it feels thinner. It's a little softer on detail, but it looks good. Like, it doesn't look... I think I agree with you. I think that you can get fooled if you are...
Dumb.
I don't wanna use the word dumb.
Ignorant.
Ignorant's a fair
If you
word.
don't do your homework, yeah, but that's with anything.
That
I
would
mean-
be a very big investment for someone to pop all these open to sell these knockoff guns.
I mean, a lot of people were mad that they were putting the card out like weathered like this. Like,
what do you think of that? Okay, so the boxes and the packages are pre-weathered.
I don't like it
I like it. Tell me why you don't like it.
because, like, let's just say you were a carded collector.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this would look like you sort of want it to fit in. I don't like the pre-weathering. Like, I want it to like just like you get it, but you can't have it mint on card.
Mm-hmm.
You can't. I mean, it is mint on card, I guess.
I understand.
But like,
So you think that it would have been better for them to do something different to distinguish the difference, as opposed to the weathering?
well, it's already the back
is.
is different.
Yeah, it's
I mean, but I think from the front, it should look legit. Like it should fit right in. I mean, I guess I'm nitpicking.
No. That's what we're here for. Is the nitpick.
I would prefer it that it wasn't like the fake weathering.
Can I look at it?
It's your finger. You can go on with it. Yeah.
I kind of like it, but like.
I don't hate it, but if it were me, if I collected this stuff, I would be like, no, give me a clean card.
I agree with you, actually. Now I'm looking at it, I'm like, it's like a neat concept, and I guess, but like ultimately, the person who really wants to purchase this probably wants a clean card.
And I would try doing surgery to get
Yeah,
that
you
sticker
would.
off.
I heard that seems to be a big deal. I guess people are really upset about the stickers, and I do agree because it is like dab right in the middle of the photo.
Yeah, it's like
Maybe they could have put a sticker down in the corner or something a little bit more subtle, but I get it. Like, they're trying to make it big so people understand what it is. The game, this set, by the way, was $20. So you're basically
that's
paying,
fair.
That's fair.
Is that what is that a $10 figure?
$10
That's
figure.
fair.
No, it's fair.
Did you play this yet?
No. It's the vintage game, right?
I think so.
Do you remember? Did you play it? Never.
I didn't do board games that much as a kid.
Really?
No, I mean, my brother and I were dicks.
What?
I guess, and didn't get along well enough.
Really? Monopoly? Monopoly was hardcore.
I played No, I really didn't do board games as a kid. Like,
I'm trying to think.
I would've.
No, I always liked the Game of Life, which is weird. I don't know why. I think it was like, I don't know what it was about that. And then, I mean, I guess I played Candyland and Mousetrap. I'm trying to think of like a board game that I really loved.
we built forts under the couch for our Star Wars.
I did that too.
Like, we did that. You know, I mean,
but you had to play board games. Like, I like Trouble with the Pop-O-Matic Bubble. That's considered a board game.
I never played that. I mean, I did. I played it when I'd go to a friend's house and stuff.
Right.
But I didn't go to that many friends' houses either. But
oh no, it's gonna get sad.
No,
quick.
it's not sad at all. But when my brother and I would play, like, we shared a room at a young age.
Too.
He'd lay on his bed, I'd lay on my bed, and we'd each have like something, and we'd sit there and like talk to ourselves, and like.
Yeah,
what
I
we
always
did,
had.
man.
Did you have friends with the closets full of board games? I had friends who had I didn't have this growing up, but you would open a closet and they literally had stacks upon stacks of boxes. I have one upstairs now. It's a bit disorganized, but I love that idea that you just walked in the closet and you're like, oh shit, what do I pick from? It's like the guys who had the walls of VHS tapes where it was just like you could pick from anything.
I had two friends with crazy toy collections.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Kaiser.
Mm-hmm.
This was like some point in elementary school.
Was he the kid that had everything?
He had all the Godagans.
Oh wow! So he was like,
or at least 10 of them.
In order to buy Godagans as a kid,
you had rich parents.
You had to have you had a bitch.
You had rich parents.
Right.
Your parents were doctors and they were good at it. Or orthodontist. They did something that paid good to have a lot of them. And then there was Mike Garvey. He was a nice kid too, and he had everything except Godagans. He had all the Voltrons, all the Transformers, all crazy, and he had a playroom that was the basement.
That's awesome.
And just like, I wish I could find pictures of it. Like, it was getting off task.
Yeah.
Sorry, getting off track. It's just,
No, it's on track. I had a couple friends that, like, I don't want to say they weren't my friends, but they were my friends because of their enormous collection.
Sweet. Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
Man.
Like you had everyone had that one friend that had so many toys, and you wanted to just go over and play with his toys. I remember when Transformers first came out, and they were like the big thing. I remember there was a kid, Danny, and he told me he had all the Transformers, and I don't know why. I've always been a really like honest to a fault person, but I lied to him and told him that I had them all too, and we would kept talking about like, oh yeah, I got Megatron, I got Shockwave, you know what I mean? And I would be like totally, and like I just sort of assumed that he was full of shit just like me.
What do you really do?
And I went to his birthday party and he had everything. I mean, his dad was a lawyer, and like I remember his parents had just gotten divorced, and I assumed that probably had something to do with it, like a rich divorced dad.
Yeah,
like,
he had to get Transformers. That'll get you.
That's right.
But they were just so much cooler back then.
Yeah, I mean everything was cooler back then. I think this series.
I wish I could go back and relive it just for a couple days.
Just a couple days.
And just see Transformers again in the heyday, like '84 when they were new, obscure, and like that'll never repeat.
No, and it
like,
was
that feeling. GoBot, like just seeing that happen.
I mean, it was like a craze to where you would go anywhere. If I remember going to the airport and everywhere you went, like transforming robots was a thing. Like it was a thing.
Yeah.
We'll never see that again. Like every toy company manufacturer tried to jump on that bandwagon and come out with some sort of transforming robot.
Beautiful time.
Yeah, it was a beautiful time. Like there's so many obscure like robots. Like I just picked up a set of the Mysterions. Do you remember those?
Yes. Refresh me. Get one. I need to see.
I love these.
These are great.
Cut that up. Oh
yeah! Like they are really they're far more sophisticated than I remember them to be. I can't. There's a button activate, but like this guy, where was the button? There was like they're boxes essentially.
Yeah.
And they're like I don't know. What would you consider these?
Don't they turn into? Does this turn into a vehicle or something?
No, they straight up turn into robots.
Okay. I had the Chronoform that turned in from a watch to a jet. I loved it.
Oh man, all those watch robots were the best.
Yeah.
I had the black.
Break this.
I had the black Chronoform, And then my brothers had the gold ones.
Yeah.
And the gold ones were cooler, but I liked the black one because first I was the only one with the black one.
Yeah.
And it was the standard one, right?
Yeah. Blue was the big one.
Blue?
Blue, red.
Silver.
Silver? I thought the metallic ones were a little harder to come by.
Oh, there's the bun. I mean, this is
Like,
a lot
this
of
is
character.
a jet. This
Yeah.
turns into a jet.
Oh, wow. I didn't even know that.
I had this. I'm pretty sure I had this.
Mysterions, dude, by Marshawn. I think select converters were my favorite knockoffs, and I don't count GoBots. GoBots were a legit thing on their own. Don't forget it.
Yeah, like,
I mean,
this
that's
is
got a lot.
jet, dude.
Oh, that's sweet. I mean, these have a lot of character. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. But this is a time that will never come back. Is just
crazy,
every company.
weird
Yeah.
shit like this. It is just.
I even remember, you know, in the movie Big, when Tom Hanks worked for the toy company,
Yeah.
and he was like transforming those like skyscrapers,
Yes.
and he was like, "No kid's gonna want these." I was like,
I did.
Totally would rock those. I would rock skyscraper robots. Anything that transformed a robot, in my opinion, as a kid, was awesome.
Dude, this is terrifying.
Yeah, they are terrifying.
This is terrifying.
Well, that goes with it because a lot of manufacturers did some sketches, and those are pretty rare too. So if you break those,
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
gonna
let
get
you
pissed.
take this over, man. I'm done.
I love it.
That's as much as I'm.
I think I'm in with these. Yeah, it's cool. I
Yeah.
don't know how I feel about them reissuing the other ones. I think it's gonna destroy the market. Or
Why though? People aren't like they. If they reissue it, a Stormtrooper, it will not be the 1978 Stormtrooper. It never will be. I think people are buying these for nostalgic reasons.
yeah,
the
I do
old
too.
ones.
But isn't that why people are buying vintage ones, or for nostalgia reasons? Does it
I don't
scratch
think
that
so.
itch?
A little bit, but I think they will always be different. The original Star Wars figures will always be standalone.
You're probably right. I guess I just always think back.
Reprinted comics don't
Yes.
kill the original. It makes them even cooler.
You're right.
You know?
You're right. It's so weird because it's hard to equate comic market and toy market, even though we think of them as sort of like the same thing. Because when you walk into a comic book store, toys,
The
comics,
gap is becoming less and less.
Yes.
Toys are going out of style as much as paper is. You know?
yeah, you're right. That's a good
It's
point.
like-
You're right. I mean, physical comics,
Yeah.
physical toys. Like I always thought of toys as having such staying power because it was like a physical thing. But you're right. They're out of style. Ultimately, I like this Tarkin. I recommend it if you could find it. And I hope if they're gonna do this, they need to come out with new characters. I think
And a lot. They need to. I think they should do a good maybe 8, 9, 10 a year.
easily.
I mean, for $10 a piece, like yeah, like blow it out.
And I can't
people buy
imagine
the hell out of
these
them.
are simple, so I'm sure the turnaround time for these have got to be
quick.
Yeah, quick.
And I'm sure the designers love this.
Love it.
Would love doing
Oh,
that.
man.
Like people are into it, and it's like, yeah, you're using today's technology to reproduce what they would have done in 1978,
79,
79,
to
it's
85.
pretty easy. It's like you couldn't ask for an easier job.
I gotta
as
be honest, it's
manufacturing.
satisfying, and plus
Yeah.
you're gonna get people for two because. Yes, I'm opening them because I'm a loose collector, but like
$10, buy
$10
one on the card.
buy
yeah.
another one. I'm
yeah,
in.
2 of those, or 1 Marvel Legend, or 1 Plaid.
Yeah, speaking of that, I'm looking for the Gambit Marvel Legend if you find it. Those
I gotta talk. There might be something happening with Marvel Legends.
Why? Good or bad?
Well, I don't know. I might be getting into it.
Really? Why? Oh,
Because
you're
like
comic
I've
book?
been going nuts on the comic books, and now it's like they would look really good.
They would.
Like,
who would
with
you
a
want? Who would be like your go-to? Like if you're gonna, I mean, you've never.
I would have to do some customizing because I'd want a
awesome.
Jack of Hearts.
Jack of Hearts.
Yeah, I'd
that's
want a
a
Jack
deep
Heart.
cut.
Yeah, that's a deep cut. Yeah, but like I would do like just Deathlock. I mean, they have
Deathlock,
everything.
yeah,
They have
that's cheap.
everything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a cheap
it's like
one.
like
If you give me a list, I could pick some up when I'm at toy shows because you could find them cheap. Like that's the good thing about Marvel Legends is they're hot. Like the hot ones are hot.
Yeah.
But like if you want like a Deathlock or like a Darkhawk, like you could
They
find.
make a Darkhawk?
Oh yeah, he's awesome.
I mean,
have
that would
it.
be sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm a sucker for the '90s characters. I admit it. Like they just came out with.
do they have a Dazzler?
Yes, it's great. It's set
Right.
roller skates and everything.
That like
They just came out with Night Thrasher. You remember Night
yes,
Thrasher?
I remember Night Threat. Why would they ever make a figure that's awesome? Like,
They got to come out with
nerds.
the Sleepwalker now.
Yeah.
Remember Sleepwalker?
Yes, I do. They will do a Jack of Hearts.
Yeah.
Guaranteed, because it's like, he is the most useless
Wasn't that a whole team?
Jack of Hearts.
Was
No, he's just a cheese dick that, like He looks like the Jack of Hearts.
Was it? I thought there was a whole team. Like, there was the Jack of Hearts, there was the Ace of Spades. Like, no?
Maybe you're educating me. I don't know. Not that I know of.
I remember reading the Marvel Universe books, and I think that they had a whole team. Like, maybe Jack of Hearts was, like, the original inspiration, and then they sort of just...
I watched a Moon Knight fan film this morning on YouTube.
Was it good?
Sorta.
What do you think? Oh, really?
I really liked it. Like, it was, I mean, yeah. You could tell the guy took it serious. I mean, it was good.
What do you think of that Moon Knight Mezco?
I don't like it.
I don't really like it either, man.
I don't hate it, but I like my traditional old school Moon Knight.
You want white spandex.
White spandex. I don't like the Marvel Legends one because they put that black junk on it.
Yeah,
and
but that's a
not
new
my
uniform. That's not my Moon Knight either.
Yeah. Did they ever make a normal Moon Knight?
You know what they did for the original Marvel Legends line, and it was like silver or something. It's like he's clearly white, right?
I'm pretty sure.
I think so too. And
he's
I don't
white
know.
So he can see the blood of his enemies.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, he wants to see the hurt he inflicts.
Yeah, I remember when it came out, and I think that they made a white variant, and that was a tough one to get. And the main one was like silver or black. And I was wondering if it was like the Han Hoth coat situation where it was really brown.
But people think it's blue.
But people think it's blue. And I do want to say for the record, I prefer Han Hoth with the blue coat, even if the brown one is the accurate thing. Just, I see it blue. It's just the way it is.
Yeah, man, I mean, yeah, that's fine. Yeah. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Is it brown in the movie?
I think it is. I think the material was brown. But to me, it's blue. It's always going to be blue.
If you asked, I would have said it was blue.
Right. Right. I mean, that's what an action figure can do for you. Can we talk about Cobra Kai Season 2? Did you watch it?
I am on episode 8.
So we can't talk about it?
Not the end.
Okay. I will say, without spoiler, it's so purely enjoyable.
I loved it. The only thing that I'm finding insulting are the flashbacks. Like, I found it very, very, very... Like,
why?
Because it's like the part where Ralph Macchio would show it. Yeah, and then it would show it from the first movie. Like, I don't need that. Like, I don't think anybody really needs that. And if they do need it, it doesn't, like, do anything except take you out of what we're watching now. It just felt like, come on, we're not that dumb. But and even if you don't know it, it's okay. Like,
it is okay, but do you think, like, I'm trying to, like, I didn't even notice it, but, like, I always like to play devil's advocate.
That's my only gripe.
That's
Other
pretty
than that,
small.
It's perfect.
I thought it started slow. The first 3 episodes were like, maybe there's not enough story to tell. But I want to say by like episode 5, I like wrapped it up in a couple hours. Like I was in it to win it.
I've watched the first 5 episodes like 3 times already.
Dude, it's so addictive.
Yeah, because I started it, fell asleep in the 5th episode. So I'm like, hey, you know what the hell? I'm just gonna do it again. And then my friend came over and she hadn't seen it, so I started it over again. Okay. Yeah, you know what? It really didn't bother me that much.
You know, I will. Like, I don't really like Kreese in it. Is that sacrilege for me to say? Like, I think the show was better without Kreese. I think he's forced bad guy. I think he's. You know what I mean?
I
want to talk about the end, but I can't. I'm sorry.
You cannot talk about the end. So man, I know. Sorry, I just don't like the rush stuff. I mean, it's wonderful. I can't binge it. Okay, I gotta stretch it out.
I didn't want to. I didn't.
But you couldn't stop yourself.
I could not stop. It's about as soap opera as you can get.
Oh my god!
Yes,
it is.
It is truly entertaining, and I think the flashbacks. I don't really relate with your feelings on that, but I do think it's beneficial to like. For example, like if you're like a 12-year-old or 13-year-old who's like really addicted to the show, really into it, like them just saying wax the floor, it wouldn't.
But are they watching it? Do 12-year-olds even care?
You know what? I talked to one of my son's 8-year-old friends, and he watched it. He loves it.
Okay, that's awesome.
I thought someone had sent us a Cobra Kai sticker, and I went downstairs and I was like, oh, I'm gonna give this to this kid because he's like, I love Cobra Kai, and I was like, oh, that's cool. And then I was gonna dig out the sticker, but I didn't have one. But I was amazed. He was like super into it. It was sort of like back in the 80s when we were. Do you remember the karate phase? I mean, was that all?
Oh God, yeah. Every kid was in a karate class.
Yes. Was that a product of Karate Kid, or was Karate Kid a product of that?
I think it was a product of Karate Kid. I'm pretty sure. Because
no, go ahead.
I just think that, and then it spawned like all the better movies, like Jean-Claude Van Damme. Like,
I've never seen those. Bloodsport?
Bloodsport is like one of my favorite martial arts.
Does it age well?
Not really. I mean, sort of, and yes and no. I mean, like if you like your cheesy '80s montages of
Yeah,
right
I do.
lock. I mean, if
love
you
it.
love, yeah, and I mean, it's just like. It's like you watch it, and it's so mellow compared to a fight scene today.
Well,
Boy, it was
watching,
awesome. I mean,
yeah.
I remember having a heart attack in it. Like I was, ooh, like I was so excited, and all those movies were like.
I was watching 2001: A Space Odyssey last night, and I love the movie.
Yeah.
And I was watching it sober, first of all, and they would never make a movie like that today. The pacing, I love it.
Yes, they would.
You think
They
so?
would flop, but look at Blade Runner 2049.
Blade Runner 2049.
Is a lot. I
Right.
mean, totally different, but
I love it, but like I can't imagine them. I can't imagine the children of today and the adults of today having the attention span to go see a 3-hour movie like 2001: A Space Odyssey and these long shots. You know, I'm not a filmmaker.
But that was
it's
a thing
beautiful. That's
before.
true.
Like that was before we'd gone into space.
That's
really.
true.
Like before we saw Earth from orbit.
Well, isn't there like
They had to make it
conspiracy
up.
nuts who think that Stanley Kubrick had something to do with like the moon landing? Like,
Didn't he? I thought didn't he
like,
film
create-
the footage for
That's
it?
what isn't there?
Yeah,
Conspiracy
you know that's
people?
it's not conspiracy. That's what really happened.
Do you really believe that?
No, not
Oh,
really.
okay. I don't know. Like
no,
a lot
I
of
think
people
we went
really
to the-
believe
I
that.
know. I think that's nuts.
And I was watching 2001: Space Odyssey, and I was trying to think if that could be a true possibility.
Did he really did it?
Yeah, could
I
that be? I
mean,
think
could he?
It's nutty.
wouldn't.
I don't think it's possible. I think it's nutty. But that movie is fantastic.
I love it.
I love it too.
I love it. I think it gets to be one of the scariest things you could ever imagine.
Terrifying. It was rated G too, I think. That's
no
crazy.
blood, no swearing, no nothing, but just the way
music.
the music, like the way everything looked. I still don't think that movie will ever be matched. I mean, it's like half of it is just watching it.
It's crazy.
I mean, actually, more than that. I mean, there's not a lot of talking in it.
No, there isn't. I think I read somewhere that there's 20 minutes of dialogue throughout the whole movie. I went back. I've always been a Stanley Kubrick fan, but I never really put it all together. He only directed 16 films. Isn't that crazy?
Well, with the way he made them, not
Yeah, it's
really.
true.
I
I
mean,
guess you're right.
Spend 4 years making The Shining.
That's true.
But I think 3.
I've never seen what's the black and white movie that he did? The
Dr. Strangelove.
I've tried to make it through. That's the only movie of his that I can't make through. And Eyes Wide Shut, I can't bring myself to watch it.
Same with me.
Really?
You know what? I've heard what it's about, and that's not my thing.
Yeah, it's not
man.
my thing
I don't
either.
like that.
But I do respect Stanley Kubrick to the fullest. Real quick, one more thing. No, so that was that. What else do I have? One other thing, and then we're gonna hit the Avengers, unless you have something else. Did you see pictures of that Transformers masterpiece, Optimus Prime, Ghostbusters repaint?
Yeah. Wait. When you say, do you mean the Ecto 1?
No.
No. Oh,
Okay.
you mean? Tell me. I
All
didn't
right,
see it.
so Hasbro is coming
I'm
out
looking
with.
it up right now.
Yeah, look it up.
See
Hasbro's coming out with. For some reason, they have some alliance with Ghostbusters. They did the Ecto 1, and they're coming out with it. Now that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
You know, it's neat.
Yeah.
But they're taking the old MP10 and they're repainting them into Ghostbuster colors.
Ghostbusters, Optimus.
I think it's a cash grab, but I
Of
want to know
course
what
it
you
is.
thought. I
And
think
it's legit.
it's totally legit.
Why wouldn't they do it with the new Prime? Like, that's weird.
That might be maybe that's a good point. Like, why are
Wow.
they killing? Yeah,
Wow,
I mean, does it do anything for you?
Yeah, it does a lot for me, actually. I
You
think.
like it?
That's it, right?
Yeah.
I think that looks sharp as hell. I
Really?
won't get it, but I mean,
How much?
I'm done with that mold, but I
I-
love it. Wow.
You do like it?
Yeah!
Oh man! All right.
Why don't they just do it on the new one, though? What are they thinking?
Because the new mold's gonna be like $400, $500.
What will this... Oh, is this going to be an exclusive in a store?
I think so. How much is that gonna run you though?
If it's like over 100, I wouldn't touch it, but how can it not be? Like,
It's gonna be more than $100. I'm having a hard time with it because like, I like Ghostbusters, I like Transformers, I
Oh.
like the idea of an Ecto 1 transforming into a robot. I just don't know that I need an Optimus Prime. That I think it sounds. If you like it, let me know. I think it just seems like a cash grab. Like they have the license, they're gonna just paint an expensive figure into.
But I mean,
I don't
that's
understand
so
it.
drastic
That
that I love it.
Really?
I mean, yeah.
I don't even think it's garish enough to love. Like, you know what I mean? Like, remember when they did like that?
I think that's pretty
that
garish.
is pretty garish.
That's worse than the goat.
No way. The Goat Prime was the most garish thing. The gold and the.
Anybody need a mint and seal box?
Do you still have it?
Of course.
I remember you bought that, and I was
2 of them. I love it.
really.
I mean, it's nasty, but
It
I
is
love it.
nasty.
I love it. I still have an MP10 sealed in box.
I have an MP01 Japanese. I love that figure still, and I think I might have an MP10.
Yeah.
They're killing that mold to the end.
Yeah, it's like they've beat the hell so hard out of Transformers with MP. I just like the Prime is how much? 400? It's good, roughly.
I think the U.S. through Hasbro Pulse, it's gonna be $400.
Like, but you can get it through Pulse.
Oh, you know what? I don't know if that's been
That's
announced.
sort of cool.
Yeah, but I mean, $400. Like
That's too
obscene.
much for a toy.
Yeah, that is obscene.
Like, and when I say a toy, I mean, like, not. I don't know. I mean, I'd pay for crazy like Valkyrie.
Yeah, that's true. But
like,
$400.
But for retail is insane. Like, I don't think a new retail toy that's $400.
I don't understand.
That's
I'm
insane.
burnt.
That is just a lot. And I guess like with me, I beat my Transformers up.
Yes.
I play with them, and it's like
That's tough. Well, I guess look. I think I still have it on order. I'm kind of burnt out right now from Transformers.
you'll love
but
that. I mean,
think so.
you'll love that.
I do kind of dig the new Revolt. Is that Revoltech? The
However you
Optimus
wanna
Prime.
say it.
Do you like it? Did you see that? It's
no.
just like an action figure, but it looks super articulated. I'm not a big fan of the Revoltech look or in style, like the
Yeah, I
articulations.
mean either.
But I got to be honest with you, the pictures of this kind of got me into it.
Revolt.
Yeah, look it up. I think it's the Great Yamaguchi. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I'm thinking about ordering one, but it's like every time I think that I have enough Optimus Primes, they come out with a new one.
That one?
No, that's the old one.
Alright.
I think if you go to like.
But
Hobby-
is it a G1 Prime?
It is. It's sort of not as stylized. It's stylized, but stylized enough. I think that's it. Yeah, that looks like it.
Sweet.
I don't need another Optimus Prime though, do I?
I don't think you do, really. But, I mean,
I'm probably.
I love buying things that I don't need another
Yeah,
one of.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
that's sort of the discipline.
Yeah, it's tough. Right now I'm on this Star Wars kick anyway, so it's like it's a good break from Transformers, right? I mean,
Yeah, and I mean, we got the last Skywalker movie coming out. It's like, I think it's a good time to be in vintage.
yeah,
Pushing
I
a
think
lot
so.
of product on the market. I mean, it's plentiful now. I
Yeah.
think that's sweet, man.
I agree. All right, you ready for Avengers?
Not yet.
Okay.
Can we cut a part out? I
Mhm.
gotta pee
You wanna
so
pause
bad,
it?
dude.
All right, you
Wow,
go ahead. Yeah,
I've had
you
to
do
go
it
for
up.
like 20 minutes. I'll go super.
20 minutes?
Yeah, long time.
Sweet. Do what you got to do. I'm gonna talk shit about you. Ooh, this head is like loose. Means keeping your seat warm. My God. Now I gotta pee.
Oh my god. I've been drinking so much. I didn't mean like just liquids.
Right.
Like, I'm drinking like 5 gallons a day.
That's good though, right?
Yeah. Not for our show, but
Yeah.
Okay,
All right, Ming is still in your seat.
it's okay.
All right, that was a quick urination break. So, are you ready to dig into Avengers, or is there anything else you
Dude,
want?
I'm good for Avengers.
Your comic collecting has increased, so all right.
Yeah.
So we went to see Avengers Thursday. Thank you, Dave. That was awesome. Not only did he get us tickets, but he let me take the good seat. And
You did. You got lucky in that, man.
I did, and you know what? I was like, honestly, I was sincerely like telling him like, hey man, you got the tickets, you get the tickets. He was a gentleman and a scholar.
I tried to give him my
I
seat
know.
numerous times. He wouldn't.
I
Yeah,
know
was
he
like, what are
wouldn't.
you
He wouldn't
doing?
take it, so he gave me the better seat, and we saw Avengers, and this is going to be full of spoilers.
Yeah.
Go. What do you think?
I don't know what to think completely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I liked it. I
liked it
enjoyed
too.
it. It was the craziest film I've ever seen. I mean,
Really?
as far as okay, well, it went back to every Marvel movie we've seen
Yes.
so far.
Yes.
Every one.
The
And-
goal was to wrap up. It was truly the end game. Like they wrapped
Yes.
up the series.
Like, and I guess what I thought was really cool
Mm-hmm.
is it went darker than the end of Endgame. And 15 minutes in, it's like you think Endgame can't get any worse,
Yeah.
but it really got worse. It
It
was
was- It was dark. Yeah.
They could have put the first 20 minutes of End Game onto the end of Infinity
War. Yeah.
But and you would have it would have been a darker movie.
Yeah, but
it got worse before it got better, and I loved that.
Yes.
And I loved that about it.
Yes. It was a long movie. I don't think it felt. You don't think so?
Not real. I wish.
I don't think it felt 2001 Space Odyssey.
No, but I was glued. I
only peed, I think, twice during the whole thing, which is amazing for me and my small bladder. I liked it. I give it between a 7 and an 8. I think it's the return of the king of the series.
Yeah.
And I think it's not as rewatchable as Infinity War. But I think it was very good and emotional.
Yeah.
And I liked that. And I think that the pacing, they took their time with it to develop, and I think that was a good thing. With that said, I'm not sure how I feel about time travel.
I mean, okay. I mean, fair enough. It's just if they don't do time travel, I mean, there's no other way around it. I mean, if a dude has a glove that can do anything, and he does it, and then he destroys that glove, you have to go back in time. There's no other way.
There is no other way.
But what I liked about the time travel is that they didn't have to go back to one point. They had to go back to 6 different points.
Yes.
Which I thought was neat. They retrieved every, I thought it was cool. Like that. We're not going to summarize a movie, right? We're just going to
talk about it.
Yeah.
Look, everyone's going to go see it, and everyone's going to have their own opinion about it. I think it was really, really well done, artfully done. It's hard with the time travel concept because you're right. They had to do it, but it gets muddy, and you can do anything you want. Well, yeah,
because if you think about it too long, it's like I think about what happened with Captain America.
Yes.
In the end.
And
you did that make you feel sad or did it make you feel happy?
Well, first of all, I want to say that Captain America was by far my favorite of the Avengers series. I think Chris Evans' acting was
he nailed it. He nailed everything. Yeah, I agree.
He made me like a comic book character that I was never interested in.
Yes.
I was never into Captain America growing up, and he was definitely the best piece. He travels through time. He travels back to fix everything at the end. And then
to return the stones.
Right. And then he decides that he's going to live his life instead of as Captain America, if I understand correctly, with his girlfriend and live a normal life.
Okay. Yeah.
So does he?
But the question is, do you really think he sat on the sidelines for 70 years?
I
think there's 70 years worth of shit that he did. He's just going to be Steve Ramos. Sit it up. Hell no.
See, when he was talking to Falcon and he was telling Falcon that Falcon was saying I'm not Cap, and Captain was, and then he was like, but actually you are. I was wondering if is he implying that Falcon, that he rewrote history and now Falcon has been Captain America? How does it work? How do they wrap that up?
However they want to do.
That's the thing.
That's what's sweet. I mean, I think they were I think they thought this out, and they're well, okay, this can be an end, but, say that things don't go the way we need it to go financially.
We can fix
They'll pay everybody $1 billion to come back or something, and
I don't know.
Not even, you could even feasibly...
Tony Stark looked old.
Yeah, he's
done.
old. I mean, he's 50-something. But, you know what? He has a bionic suit.
True.
He doesn't... I don't need to
be a head.
What?
You just need to see Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, you just need his head, his body. The suit does it all for him. I mean, even in the comic books, he wasn't a buff dude. I mean, I get everybody's buff.
Yeah.
But it's he wasn't he couldn't do much out of the costume anyway.
Right. Do you think the consequences of that movie were higher than expected, or less than expected, or right where you expected?
Right where I expected them, pretty much. I love how they brought Gamora back.
Did they?
Yes,
so we talked about
this. She's back. I think so. But what I wonder is if...
She no longer loves Star-Lord, though.
Well, she will.
Yeah.
By the time we get Guardians 3, that'll all be back to where it was set.
By the end of Guardians 3.
I'd say by the beginning.
You do think so? See, I think that gets to be a big plot point of Guardians 3 is how she has to decide whether she wants to...
Fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that would work, too, if they want to do that. But I wonder if they were tasked with doing it, or if they did James Gunn a favor, or whoever the third Guardians guy is, bringing her back.
Do you
Like,
think
how
it was
does
a
that
favor?
work?
See, I like
I don't
Gamora.
know.
I like Gamora, but I think Guardians of the Galaxy could go on without her.
I
Maybe am I wrong?
couldn't do it.
You couldn't
I need
do it?
Gamora. Like, she's probably, like, because, like, her dynamic with Star-Lord
That is
is
great.
one of my favorite parts. Because it's not, like, over the top. It's funny. It's cute. I mean...
I thought Black Hawk. I thought Hawkeye was going to not instead of Black Widow.
Yeah, I thought he was
Hawkeye
dead for
dead.
sure.
Yeah.
And I
That
loved...
was
she
a
had
nice
the best
twist.
death.
Yeah, she had a good death.
Yeah, when they were fighting each other to see who jumped. Like, that was really cool.
Yeah, and then they revealed the whole thing that they were truly loved each other type thing, like because they kind of wrapped that whole like.
But we knew that, right? I mean, they
Right.
were family. Like, more or less. They
Oh
were
no! You think that that's the level of love that they were talking? Do you think
not
that was,
romantic.
You
I
don't think so?
I think they were family.
Oh,
Like, I think they were
that's
family.
okay. That's good that you
That's how
brought.
I took it.
I took it that they were revealing that they truly loved each other, but I guess you're right. I guess like I automatically assume that love is equated to.
I mean, I think
relationship,
if
but
they,
you're right.
if say Hawkeye wouldn't have been married or whatever, maybe.
Mhm.
But I think they genuine sibling.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
see
know.
what
I
you're
mean,
saying.
they loved each other.
Right,
and I
right.
loved that fight.
I liked it too.
That almost tears me up thinking about it. Really, like
Yeah,
two
no,
siblings fighting to see who's gonna die.
There was a lot of emotion there.
But
in
take
that
the
movie.
sacrifice. I mean, that was huge.
That was.
And it's like I knew the movie. Like I just love it because Nat, like she went through the most. I mean, in the Marvel universe,
Mhm.
we've seen she's come. Like she was just like not a mercenary, but just an agent.
Mm.
She went from like an agent to a superhero. Like we actually got to see it, and it's like she got to do it over 10 movies. Like really progress as a character. I love that.
I thought they were planning Black Widow solo movie.
They are.
So, oh, they still
yeah,
are.
I think.
So how does that work? Do they bring her back? Like, I don't want them to start bringing these characters back because I think I need the consequence. I think I need there to be stakes.
And prequels are like, I'm done with the prequel.
I'm done with the prequel thing.
I mean, I'll see. I don't know what they're gonna do. Who knows?
Unless they did something like Captain Marvel, where it was like a prequel that, like, was going back to go forward. Like I liked that. I like that concept.
Yeah.
But I don't really need to go back just to leave it there. I think it was emotional. I think they captured that. That end
Didn't like
battle
Thor.
scene was pretty. Oh, Thor was great.
I didn't like.
You
that.
didn't?
I mean,
Oh, you didn't like it
like he
because he got
seen him
too-
chunky the
Yeah.
whole movie. I was like,
That was tough.
like
That was tough.
it made
but, like,
sense though.
It did.
It
make
made
sense.
sense that he was like Thor's never been defeated.
That's
Like-
right.
Like this is what defeat looks like, and
It showed that people can get down and then bring
Even a
themselves
suit-
back.
yeah.
Like, even the most powerful person.
I
could
would have
bring
liked
down.
to see him get physically back up.
But
you
that
know?
wouldn't have been realistic. I mean,
I
obviously,
know,
we're
but
talking
it's not
about
realistic anyway.
That's right.
But it was a little bit much for me. I was like, I mean, I liked where he was when they start off 5 years later, but I guess
I actually liked the Hulk in that movie. Because I don't really like
Loved
Mark.
it.
I don't really like Mark Ruffalo as the Hulk, and I think that this was the best performance that he's ever had as the Hulk.
yeah,
I think he had the most.
I loved everybody in this movie.
Um,
The only character for me that took a step backwards,
mhm.
Thanos.
Really, why is that?
Just but I guess it makes sense
made
because
sense.
he was a less wise Thanos because he was like 5 years earlier. It's just like he was so deep and he was so multi-layered
Mm-hmm.
in Infinity War that not like you would agree with them, but like you could sort of see what he's taught. I didn't
saw
agree
his
with
point
it.
of view.
You could see his point of view,
Yeah.
where this one he's just flat out evil. Like you could.
Yeah.
He was flat out just, I am Dr. Evil and I'm gonna destroy the universe.
You felt that way, okay.
Like he wasn't looking for gratitude
Right.
in the first one. He was just looking to balance
Balances,
things,
right.
which I don't agree with.
Right.
But I'm just want to get that clear. But he believed he was correct.
Mhm.
Where it's like in the second one, it just felt like I'm gonna be evil.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I get what you're saying. The first half of the movie was definitely slower than the second
Yep.
half. That battle was pretty spectacular for visuals. I mean, it was fun to
Yep.
watch. It was sort of
But that
again,
was the least impressive
it was.
part to me. 'Cause,
Why?
Like, big battles don't really
Yeah.
like just nerds going nuts on the CG
Yeah.
and like doesn't impress me. Like,
Again, it was Return of the King to me, but I'm not saying that it's a
yeah,
negative
again,
thing.
there's nothing wrong with it, but like I was more the beginning of the movie when it showed how shitty things were
Yes.
was sort of my favorite part.
I agree. It was tough because some of my favorite characters were the ones that were dead, and I was really I really wanted to see more Spider-Man. I really wanted to see more Black Panther. Like those were but like I knew that they couldn't be there until the end. I actually.
Why didn't Black Widow get a funeral?
That's a good question. Well, because
she's no Tony Stark.
No, Tony Stark. The Tony Stark funeral was good. We were trying to figure out who the young boy was at the
Dave
funeral.
called it.
Yeah,
My brother
Dave,
called
he
that.
did.
Like,
It was so Iron Man 3.
the kid, whatever his name
Yeah,
was.
but they put that all together. The CGI was incredible. Like they made people look young. Was that CGI? Was that old footage? I mean, I'm trying to figure out like
Of what?
Just like for example, like they showed like scenes from like the first Avengers.
Yeah.
And they were like different angles. Was that just new CG or was that
don't know.
filmed stuff?
I think I don't know. You know what? It looked good enough that
It's like
I
movie
don't
Black
know.
Magic a little bit, right?
Yeah, it was like I think they reshot a lot of it. I mean, it's like how they put Robert Redford back in was pretty
Yes.
like all that. And like I thought it was amazing. Is Loki still alive?
No, I think Loki's officially dead.
But he got off with it.
What do you mean?
Remember how he got the Tesseract? I think, and then whoosh. Or were you? Did you take a leak?
No, I did see that.
He did it in the past.
But
so
that
does that
wasn't-
alter anything?
Oh. I mean, that's the thing. Is like that's the
You could
problem.
argue it either
You could
way.
argue everything.
Yeah, like you could say this whole movie doesn't matter
Right.
because you can just undo everything
That's
anyway.
right. That's right. I think that I wish that they would have destroyed the time machine, the time technology.
Like find a way to make it so it can't happen again.
So it can't happen again, and so that the consequences would stick. I think that I'll be honest. I love Gamora. I think she should stay dead. I think Iron Man needs to stay dead. I don't know. I don't want Captain America to stay out of the picture because I really, really, really like Captain America.
I think that you'll see him, like maybe, you'll see him in flashbacks of another movie, maybe.
Okay.
Like not time travel,
but
but
like, what is it like? It's so confusing to me because like, what is his existence? Does that mean? Doesn't that change everything? Like, how do you go back? And again, I'm.
It's just like it's like he gets to cheat destiny because everything happens the same. He goes in the ice, but then he just gets to loot. Then he comes out of the ice, saves the world a few times, and then instead of going on 70 more years in the future, he just goes back and lives 70 years simultaneously to everything that already. So he is in the ice. And he's in the ice and living with Peggy at the same time. So all he's doing is while he's in the ice, he's living out his natural.
But
then
then
they
does
both
he not
exist.
become
I think.
Captain America? I mean,
I think he becomes Captain America. I think everything that we saw so far is the same, except there's a Steve Rogers hiding behind everything. I think
so crazy. It opens up the idea of like, I mean, if I'm not up to date with Marvel Universe, but I know that there's like multiple different realities, and this just completely opened that up, right? I mean, the ability to do like different realities, different universes. It was a really good movie. I think my biggest thing is that I don't think it's as rewatchable as like Infinity War. Like I want to go see it again, but I wasn't like when I left I was like, oh, I gotta see it again. Like I was like, it's
you gotta take it in.
I gotta take it in.
Yeah, I'm seeing it with Darren and the kids tonight.
Oh, are you?
I'm sort
That's
of
great.
excited. I mean, because I think it's one of those things, and we're gonna see it with Dave and Georgia.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm gonna take. My wife wants to see it. I'm gonna take my daughter, but I'm not gonna take my son to that. I thought it was pretty dark, pretty intense. Like,
would he not be into it? Or
he wasn't into Infinity War. Freaked him out, and
really?
rightfully so. Yeah,
like just
Thanos.
the end or the whole. Thanos
yeah. Which is but he has no interest in seeing it. And after watching it, I'm like, I don't think I would put you through that. Like that's dark. Like there was some dark stuff.
Well,
like,
that you know what that says a lot about the movie
Yes.
that they're actually doing something that I mean I don't want to see Adam scared or anything, but
No,
at
right.
least it
Kinda
means
like-
that movie's got weight.
like
you know
like
what?
Darth Vader when we were kids.
Yeah,
Like, we were scared
yeah.
of Darth Vader.
He'll probably end up loving it when he's older.
Probably right.
Like, oh man, that scared the hell out of me as a kid, and it'll probably be his favorite movie.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how this movie is gonna age. You know what I mean?
me too. Is it just going to be like a chapter?
Yeah.
Oh, is it a springboard
That's right.
into something else? I mean,
you have to see it because this is all leading up to this, and I think it's a very good conclusion. Like I think it's very satisfying. It's just that like I'm just having a hard time like getting excited about seeing it again because I know now. Now I know.
yeah,
You know
I'm
what I mean?
almost more excited because I know what happens. I can just take it
Take it
in, look for some Easter eggs, be relaxed. If I have to take a leak, it's okay, and it's like...
Yeah. So where would you put it, like, in the Marvel? Like, okay, first
I
of all,
have
no idea.
But I give it a 9.
Really?
I give it a little higher than you. I thought it was excellent. I think it's... Like, I hate to say it, I think Infinity War was a little bit more...
entertaining.
rewarding
Yeah.
an experience. Like, this was... But this was... It was good.
It was a good third... Like, I don't know why I keep saying third act, but I always think
Yeah.
of movies as trilogies for some reason. I think it was a good wrap-up. Again,
I think I'll like it more after I see it a few more times and it sinks in and all that. But it felt like maybe a grade below Infinity War.
okay.
Maybe, but that's it. Like just almost as good to me, but not quite.
Was there anything about it, story-wise, or anything that you did not like at all? Like that you
I
were
did not like.
I like the Hawkeye stuff. I actually
love the
liked
Hawkeye
I
stuff.
liked how he just...
I like how Thor got another chance at his mother, seeing his mother.
Okay.
Like that really, I found that touching. It's like, and it's just his mother knew what was going on. She's like, you're not my Thor. And knew that, like, because, is she a witch? Or
a goddess?
something.
Yeah.
She was something
Yeah,
of
she
like
had some
supernatural. She's a smart woman. She had
right.
magic.
Yeah, absolutely.
She's a magic
She was
user, and
magic.
she knew her son was like she got to be his mom one last time and helped him. And I thought that was awesome. I mean, it had a lot of stuff like that in it. There was just, people being family and.
I want to ask you about something that's like I'm reading about that I don't understand. So a lot of the little blurbs I'm reading is about how the Spider-Man stuff is inconsistent because of the high school stuff. And explain that to me. I don't understand it.
If this movie takes place 5 years after, what the hell is Ned still doing in high school? The last scene it showed Peter go back to high school. Yeah,
that's a good point. Now I get it. I was reading little
unless
blurbs.
Tony snapped and everything went back in time.
Oh wow, that is a big. But
or maybe Ned disappeared too. Oh,
okay.
maybe Ned disappeared.
But what about all the kids? Is it all the kids? Because
we don't know.
Oh, we don't know. You're
maybe
right.
that'd be sort of funny that all the other kids, like they could do that in the Spider-Man movie. That some of the kids we saw in the first one are 5 years older and some aren't. Maybe Ned disappeared in the first snap.
I guess theoretically, like if that 5 years was a dark 5 years, probably school wasn't happening.
Yeah.
So I guess they could rebuild the structure and but everyone looked like
he didn't age a day.
Yeah, but they did say when you went into what was the world called? The hyper whatever.
Time is different.
Time is different, so it's 5 seconds instead of 5 years or whatever. I don't know. Again, you can create anything.
Yeah, you can like say you can come on. I mean, that's what's sort of cool about it is you can make up an excuse for anything.
Yeah.
Or you can say it's crazy, lazy writing, or
you can
only
only analyze it so much. Like I felt that like it all fit in enough where I wasn't too over analytical. But the time travel stuff does sort of irk me just a little bit, just because
I love it though, like because it gives you all these conversations that you can think
It's
about and loopholes. Like if Steve Rogers went back in time, right? At the end, could he go dig himself out of the ice, and you could have 2 Captain Americas?
That's a good point. Like technically, or theoretically, I don't know. You could technically have all new characters, like multiple versions of timelines. Like that could get so muddy.
And you do, yeah. You actually, because if you go back in time, you create a second.
That's right.
If it's real,
That's true.
You can go back in time, but
it's
crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy.
It's crazy,
I definitely think that this movie didn't end my love for Marvel movies. Like I'm still interested in going forward.
Me too.
I'm still excited for the next chapter, the next decade.
I'm curious as hell to see what they're gonna do.
Me too.
Fantastic Four. I think
are they gonna do that?
That's what Kevin Feige said is next.
I think Fantastic Four. I've never been a fan of the comics really, but I think if they're going to
Me
do
neither.
Fantastic Four, I think that it needs to be a period film and take place in the '60s. I don't know why. I just think that
You
would
sell
look
for
really.
'70s.
Oh sure.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
But I would do
Late
'60s or
60s.
'70s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think
agree.
that with the characters, like I think that aesthetically it would
It
work
worked for
better.
X-Men. Like
Yeah.
when they did First Class. That
Yes.
was pretty good.
Yeah, that was
I liked
pretty good.
that.
That was pretty good. They also again, I think the way they did the '90s and Captain Marvel was good. Didn't they do something? Guardians of the Galaxy went to the '70s, right? With Kurt Russell, wasn't that the '70s?
Oh, that was 1981.
Oh, was it? Okay,
Which
close
is
enough,
like, it's close enough. It
Right.
was still awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was still about mustaches and
yeah,
cocaine.
mustaches
Like,
and big collars.
Yeah,
It was pretty
it was
rocking.
sweet.
I'll if I wrap it up, I think Avengers was good.
Yeah.
I think it was satisfying. I actually think I wished for a higher death toll, which is sort of morbid, but I think it was satisfying.
Like, I really enjoyed it. I'm not I'm still chewing on it. So I really can't give my honest opinion. I was blown away. I mean, it is an event. You're not going to go see it and want your money back.
No, definitely
But
not.
it's sort of like those movies, they take a few viewings to really figure out where you're at on it. But I didn't find it hateful or anything.
Definitely not.
I very much enjoyed it. I just don't know how I feel about where the Marvel Universe is right now. Not in like an opinion, but when I say how I feel, I mean like how I feel like it's hard to explain. Like I can watch those movies like they're real, sort of. Like I
Okay.
think about them, and it's like, yeah, it's real. You know, I mean, I know it's not, and I don't know about like the state of the Marvel universe. You know,
But we don't really know what the state
That's
of the
why
Marvel universe.
that's probably why
I mean,
I
all
don't
we
know what
all we
they're gonna
really
do.
know is that Iron Man is no longer.
and they're not bringing him back.
They're not bringing him back.
I mean, they would have.
I-
No, unless people just said, we're done, we won't see it.
Which I don't think they would, because I think it was a
Yeah.
satisfying death. Like I think that he went out with class, and I think that like to bring him back would almost be an insult.
I agree.
And
I agree.
I think that with I think that with Captain America too. Like again, like no matter how much I love Chris Evans as Captain America, I think he went out with like a very satisfying ending.
And he wants to direct.
He does?
Yeah.
I would give him the opportunity.
I give him a chance. I mean, because he obviously understands Captain America.
Man, he sure does.
Yeah.
He sure does.
Or, I mean, at least unless the
Yeah,
direction is
yeah,
so
that's
good that
true.
we just think
I mean,
he
those
does,
Russo
but-
brothers are good. Like
Oh my
they're
God,
clearly
they're
they clearly
amazing.
know how to like I don't know, tell a story. I was
My-
very entertained. I do want to see
They
it
just
again.
know how to do big movies.
Yeah, they're big
well.
movies.
I mean,
Winter
like,
Soldier's still my favorite.
Me too. Because it introduced Gray into the Marvel.
Yeah.
It really did, you know?
Mm-hmm. So there you have it. If you haven't seen Avengers, I mean,
Go see it.
First of all, I hope you didn't watch this. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, the
I
thing
don't
is-
think we spoiled that much.
Well, we were
really.
just like talking to each other about a movie that we saw.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think we really laid it all out there. There's so much more to be said, and we could probably have like a 2-hour conversation and analyze every piece of it.
That would take notes.
That would take notes,
Yeah,
right?
I would need
The
notes,
bottom
yeah.
line is, I think we both enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I think that it's a satisfying movie. If you're into the Marvel movies, is good. And I think there was enough emotion and heart, like even if you're not like a diehard to like it. I don't know. I don't. I mean, I think it. I still think it was like Return of the King, where it's like the one I want to watch the least. If I'm gonna go, I don't know. I just don't know if I'm gonna go back to it.
Yeah,
I guess,
I don't
like
know.
you said, we'll
I
find
need to
out.
see it another. I need to see it a couple more times.
Yeah,
I
me
know.
too.
I loved it. I mean, I know I loved it.
And it's gonna make $1 billion, right?
It's gonna make $3 billion.
Hey, good for them.
I bet it makes three. I think that the numbers they were projecting was like $3 billion.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts. That's nuts.
crazy.
But I mean, like Captain Marvel made $1 billion.
That's
Think
crazy.
about that.
Yeah.
I mean, and I actually like Captain Marvel in End Game more than I like her in her own
really?
movie.
Why is that? What was it about it?
I just think the directors are better. They got a better performance out of her.
Who directed Captain Marvel?
No idea.
Yeah, I can't think of it either.
I don't know, but I just felt like it was just real bland. It wasn't terrible. It was technically okay, but none of their performances were awesome. It was just, this is it.
Yeah,
it's here,
yeah.
and it's okay.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
But
like,
the Russos just dragged.
man, they're great.
They dragged performances out of people that just, it works. It wasn't even like, and they get, like, use visual effects properly.
Unbelievable. Again, I feel like I'm repeating myself, but the aging process that they did on people was pretty spectacular. Like, I wish they could go back and redo Tron Legacy and do not Jeff Daniels.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Jeff Bridges.
Jeff Bridges' face. And redo that for like a special edition, because that was my only issue.
I need to
with
go
Tron
back
Legacy.
and watch it.
I love it. I love it.
I mean, I love that movie,
Yeah.
but
it looks bad. His face looks bad. It's really distracting.
Yeah, I need to go back.
And I tried to justify it. I would always be like, well, it's supposed to be slightly digitized, you know, because it's in this digital world, but it's distracting. I don't know. With that said, anything else?
I got nothing.
Yeah. We'll do an episode next weekend, and I'm going to Spain. Any Nerd Out fans in Spain? Anything to do? Any cool collectible shops in Spain? Let me know. I guess I'm gonna be in like the Barcelona area. I don't really know. My idea is that like if I'm in Spain, I'm in all of Spain, but I'm not. I don't know anything about it. I'm so ignorant.
I wonder what the food's like there. I bet it's good.
I bet it's good, but I bet it's also like I'm a pretty picky eater. I think it's a lot of fish. I'm not a fish dude. We'll find out. Until next time.
Nerd out!
What the fuck is Family Video selling CBD products? Sketchy.